Here's an update from the KSHB 41 Weather Center. All right, we had a foggy start to Saturday. These were the visibilities at 8 in the morning. A lot of zeros and ones. It looks like binary there. And 1 mile Olathe downtown to KCI, 10th there in Leavenworth and Liberty. There's been better visibility around Garnett and up near Bethany, but other than that, and usually you have a few zeros when you patchy dense fog, not widespread like this. And with the sun angle being so low today, it's just the time of year, it's going to be hard for it to just burn off. Also, the conditions are favorable for high humidity and light wind, and we just don't have anything to really push it out, but I think it'll gradually burn off. So if you're driving around, don't put your bright lights on in the fog. That scatters the light more and makes it even harder to see. Now, I know it's daytime, but in some spots it could be still pretty dark. Look at our Cable Dahmer Arena sky view there out in Independence. That's pretty thick fog. How about looking over I-70, our Community Builders of Kansas City sky view? We are looking at I-70 and the Truman Sports Complex, but you cannot see that. This is cameras right across the highway there. Pretty amazing. How about out at Children's Mercy Park? My goodness, that is really thick fog. Now, sometimes these cameras are so high up they get into the lower part of a low overcast. It's 100 or 200 feet off the ground, but not in this case. That is near the ground, and that is awfully thick fog. At least we don't have to deal with this. Severe weather today, a level 4 of 5 risk from East Texas through Louisiana and into Mississippi, Alabama. A tornado outbreak is possible there. So any traveling around besides dealing with fog will be this down in the southeast. And tomorrow that threat shifts from Georgia all the way up into the Carolinas and all the way to Virginia and West Virginia, Washington, D.C., Baltimore. So just keep that in mind there for tomorrow. Those are the big travel issues the next couple of days. And you can see on our PowerCast, now this is 2 storms we're tracking. The first one here, there it is at noon. And look at those, look at the thunderstorms getting their act together, and the severe weather is just going to roll through there by 6 p.m. It's quite a line, possibly some tornadoes out ahead of it or along the line. We are on the north side. We'll see maybe some sunshine, but as the fog gradually burns off. And then as we go into tonight and into Sunday, there is the thunderstorms into the east. Now, it looks like severe thunderstorms in Chicago, but that's just very heavy rain. This just shows the intensity of the rain. It might be raining almost as hard in Chicago as some of the thunderstorms are producing the heavy rain, but it's rain in Chicago. I mean, it could easily be snow and a blizzard up there this time of year, but it's not. It's raining not only in Chicago, but in Detroit, so that will reduce the travel issues because it's not a winter storm. It's hardly any snow with that at all. Then, as we around here tomorrow, we're going to have some pretty nice weather in the mid-50s. Then the second storm, this one's going to impact us on Monday. We'll start around 39 or 40. There might be a shower. Then it warms up to around 50. And look at that surface low forming. It's starting to drag colder air down. Rain is increasing. There's snow up in Nebraska. But as we go between 4 p.m. and midnight, we get into the wind and the rain and the cold, but it's in the 40s, upper 30s and low 40s, so it's not cold enough to snow. And that little bit of snow there on the western edge probably won't even stick, because look at the temperatures, 39 Omaha, 39 in Salina, and even if we see a few snowflakes, it's not going to cause any issues, and we're not expecting any black ice Tuesday morning. It'll stay just warm enough in the 30s, and then Tuesday, windy, cold, temperatures in the upper 30s to low 40s, which is average for this time of year. And so for New Year's Eve, midnight, it is going to be cold but dry. So as we take a look at the big picture here for traveling, there is the system for today and tomorrow going up the East Coast. It's raining in southeast Canada. That's how mild it is. And then our storm system will impact our area Monday into Tuesday, but it's a smaller storm and it's mostly just rain. After that, the rest of the week, if you're traveling, not too bad. No big storm systems. All the big storms from San Francisco to Seattle will end this weekend, and next week there'll be some precipitation there on the west coast, but not as heavy and as wild as it has been. And pretty quiet, just average cold. There's the Arctic air. It's lurking up there, and it tries to come down a little bit at the end of the week. It's starting to get down towards us, and it kind of retreats a little bit. So we're going to have to watch the Arctic air next weekend. Also, we'll have to watch for a storm system. Now, this data doesn't have any storm next weekend, but it's possible. It's on the LRC, so we'll have to watch and see if this model picks up on that. Snowfall the next 7 days, well, Nebraska, they may be just cold enough for an inch or two of snow on Monday night. But as it moves east, you can see it kind of melts off a little bit. And there's a little streak down there in the Tennessee Valley. That may be from another small system at the end of the week. A lot of snow in the Pacific Northwest and in northern New England as well. Rainfall, a lot of that with all the severe weather. 1 to 2 inches of rain from Louisiana, Arkansas, East Texas, all the way into New England. For us, we're looking at about 1/10 to 1/2 inch of rain Monday into Tuesday. So as we take a look at the forecast for today, we will see the fog burn off around noon or shortly thereafter. We should get up to around 50. We'll see a few peaks of sun, down to 40 tonight, kind of nice and calm. And then here, 55 on Sunday, really a nice day. Monday, 50, but turning windy and colder. So that leads to New Year's Eve day, 39. New Year's Eve night at midnight, 29, the wind chill around 20, so it doesn't mean there's a lot of wind, it's cold and dry. And then New Year's Day, the first day of 2025, 37 degrees, but the average high is 39. Our Super 10-day forecast, there's the average cold for the rest of the week. Next weekend, we'll watch for the potential of a storm that could bring some winter precipitation. Have a great weekend. Stay healthy.